Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review about Endlessness. And this is a new Swedish film from writer-director Roy Andersson, who basically takes this, which I don't have a whole lot of experience with Andersson's films, but he takes this, like an hour and 18-minute journey of all these short vignettes of very human interactions, exploring the human condition in a sharply funny and kind of dry wit sense of humor about it. And it deals with a lot of different kinds of things. The film is, by the way, gorgeous, like 100% gorgeous. And the cinematographer for this film is Gergely Palos, and this is gorgeous. You start from the very beginning of a woman and a man embracing each other, flying over this grim-looking German town. And it just sets the tone of, this is so many beautiful gray shades of gray and brown throughout the film, and just really sets the tone for, this is something beautiful to look at. Every frame felt like it could have been a work of art, a piece of art, a very human kind of urban piece of art that just invokes humanity and the human condition and our interactions and relationships with people. And that's what this film really explores in all these weird, quirky little vignettes of, say, a man walking up these big set of steps and, oh, I ran into... it was Skurvert, who I believe it was, who was his former classmate I haven't seen in years, and this dude just completely ignores him. I was like, whoa, what gives, dude? And you have, that awkward thing. We've all run into an old friend or an old classmate, and they just ignore you and pretend you don't exist. I have definitely had that while on the job. It's an interesting story. Maybe I'll tell it sometime. But you have those kinds of things, or you walk into a restaurant, you see a beautiful woman, you're kind of like, hey, and then her significant other walks up with 2 beers and just like, no, and those kinds of things. And then much darker, you have a man pleading for his life as he's tied to a pole, looking like he's going to be part of a firing squad, or a man with a knife in his hand holding a young woman who's been stabbed in the chest, bled out, dead, and you're just like, whoa! This movie went from 0 to 100 out of nowhere. And you're going from these different things. There's some interludes of shots of this flying across the sky, that this magical realism, this beautiful kinds of shots that are all inspiring. And then getting back to these gritty, very humanistic kind of interactions. Something as beautiful as a group of girls dancing outside of a cafe to lovely music. And this is just poetry in motion. I don't think this, obviously the themes all come together in a certain way, but, I don't think this is a perfect film. I don't know if it really earns, this just a collection of different little stories, but it's so beautiful and poetic in the way that it comes together. I couldn't help but borderline love this movie. And I appreciated so much what Andersson was able to do with all the little things that he was trying to say in this film, and it comes together in this strange anthology of ideas in a very brisk run time of an hour and 18 minutes. It's very methodical and beautiful and very deliberate in how it all plays out. It doesn't feel like, oh my god, it's a sprint for 78 minutes. It's a cool, beautiful little walk through beauty of human life in a poetic way. And this probably sounds so pretentious, but I was pretty charmed, how you say, about this film. I enjoyed it. And if you're a big cinephile and you love the art of film, I think this is definitely something to check out. If you're not that kind of person and you need that narrative structure, you need that story, you need those cinematic hooks that you always expect, this isn't really going to be for you. But if you want something a little charming and beautiful and sweet and poetic that can flex your cinephile little muscles and get something special out of a nice cinematic experience, go check this one out. But those are my thoughts on Absolute Endlessness. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.